Hello, K4. Let's read No More Water in the Bathtub by Ted Arnold. In the bathroom, near the top floor of a tall apartment building, William was ready for his bath. Walter had finished, and fresh water was running into the tub. "Get in, William," said Mom. "Walter, keep an eye on your brother. Leave the faucet on another minute. Then, no more water in the tub." "Ah, Mom," William said as he climbed in. "I like it deep." "You heard me. 1 minute." She closed the bathroom door as she left. Walter reached for the tub faucet. "Not yet," William yelled. "I'm turning it on faster," Walter answered, "so you'll get more water in 1 minute. Let's see how fast it will go." He twisted the cold water handle and water gushed into the tub. "What if I turned it all the way until it came off?" Water blasted out of the fixture. In an instant, the bathroom flooded. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall. When Mom looked in to see what the racket was, water burst through the door, taking the tub with it. Down the hall, William sailed, leaving Mom and Walter behind. Picking up speed, he passed the kitchen and the living room, headed for the front door. It opened. "I'm home," Dad yelled. Then out the door and down the steps went William in the tub. Downstairs, in the apartment below, Miss Mabel Hattie was serving tea to her bridge club members when she heard a bump at the door. "That must be Betty at last," she said. As Mabel opened the door, she complained, "Why are you always so late?" But it was William who answered, "I didn't know you were expecting me." Look at all that water. As a wave of water tipped Mabel backward, William rode his bathtub into the room. He circled the card table and followed the rushing water back the way he came. Then out the door and down the steps went William in the bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. There they go. One floor down, Sue and Vern Maddie were watering their houseplants when they heard a knock. Expecting pizza to be delivered, Sue quickly answered the door. "You're not our regular pizza boy," she sputtered as William surfed into the room, followed by Mabel. Waves of water rolled through the apartment, crashed against the back wall, and turned. Then out the door and down the steps went Walter in the bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to their ferns. See their houseplant they're hanging on to? Downstairs, Uncle Nash stepped into the hall to take out the garbage. He felt a drop of water and looked up. There was William in the bathtub, plunging down a waterfall where the stairs used to be. "I see your folks are having plumbing problems," said Uncle Nash as the churning water swept him off his feet. Past the door and down the steps went William in the bathtub. Down went Mabel on the table. Sue and Fern clung to their fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle was just about to put her last jigsaw piece of puzzle in place. She heard a knock and thought it was Natty, home from babysitting. But when she opened the door, it was William and the upstairs neighbors who spilled into the room. "I have a sinking feeling I'm not going to finish my puzzle," she cried as a surging tide swirled around her. Then out the door and down the steps went William in the bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Fern clung to their fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. While Mr. and Mrs. Hanratty were out, Natty Fuzzle was babysitting little Dottie. They were in the bathroom reading a story when they heard the front door. "That must be your mom and dad," said Natty. Then she heard water roaring down the hall toward the bathroom. William's tub pushed the Hanratties inside. "We're home," they managed to say. Then out the door and down the steps went William in the bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Vern clung to their fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered her puzzle. Little Dottie sailed the potty. Downstairs, the Furlingats string quartet had been practicing all evening. "Mind if I fix a snack?" said Mr. Bello from the kitchen. "Make yourself at home." Suddenly the stove caught fire. Flames spread quickly. "Call the fire department," called Mr. Bello. "The building is burning." A fire alarm began to ring, and everyone leaped to their feet. Mr. Bello reached the door first and threw it open, yelling, "Run for your lives!" "But I just got here," said William. He and the neighbors stormed in on a tidal wave that flooded the burning apartment. Flames hissed, smoke and steam filled the air. Just as quickly as the fire had started, it was gone, and the water began draining away. Then out the door and down the steps went William in the bathtub. Out went Mabel on the table. Sue and Fern clung to their fern. Uncle Nash sat in the trash. Patty Fuzzle steered a puzzle. Little Dottie sailed a potty. And Mr. Bello rode on his cello. Fire trucks and crowds of people arrived as William clattered down the front steps of the building. The tub ran aground in the street, and William's neighbors washed up behind him. "Good work for putting out the fire, son," said the fire chief. "You are a hero," and he hung a heavy medal around William's neck, and everyone cheered. And then they all went home. William said, "The end." "That was a great story, Walter. Tell me another one," begged William. "Okay," said Walter. William forgot all about turning the water off in 1 minute. The bathtub overflowed and quickly flooded the room. Mom threw open the door and screamed, "No more water!" But it was too late. The tub broke loose and floated away from the wall. Then out the window and down the fire escape went William in the bathtub. There he goes out the window. That would make another good story to read someday. I don't think anybody wrote it, though. Have a good day. Bye.